girls. Today is Thursday, September the 10th. We talked about finding the greatest common factor on Tuesday and we used prime factorization. Today we're going to look at another method. Today we're going to look at listing the factors. Okay? So what supplies do you need every day? Of course you need that notebook and a pencil. If you haven't secured it yet, go ahead and get it out. Okay? Our number talk today talks about another model. We had one on Tuesday. What fraction of the rectangle is shaded? How many? Take you back a minute. A fraction is a part to whole relationship. How many parts are shaded? Well, 2 of them. How many parts are in the whole thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in each row, 4 columns. So that would be 2 out of 20. Okay? Then the next question is, what fraction of the rectangle is not shaded? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18 out of 20. Okay? So if I'm going to write this a different way, can I write it, I can take half of both of them, 1 out of 10. And half of these was half of 18. Well, it's 9. 9 out of 10. Okay. Could I double both of them? 2 times 2 is 4. 20 times 2 is 40. Okay. And 18 times 2 is 36. And 20 times 2 is still 40. Okay. You should be starting to notice something between these two. Okay. The numerators are 2 and 18. What do the two numerators add up to? Well, the two numerators add up to 20. Okay? Because shouldn't the two parts, the shaded and the unshaded, add up to the whole? Of course it should. And we'll explore that a little more later on in this trajectory. All right. So, learning target for today. Pause the video at this time and write this down in your notebook. I can find the greatest common factor of 2 whole numbers less than or equal to 100. Okay? All right, so we're going to look at the same numbers that we looked at on Tuesday, but this time, instead of doing the ladder, we're going to do some listing. Okay? So think about the numbers 16 and 24. Okay? How can I get the number 16? Well, I can multiply 1 and 16, right? How about 2? Of course, 2 and 8. 3? No. 4. 4 times 4. Now, is there any need for me to go any further? No, because I know it's not divisible by 5. I know it's not divisible by 6. I know it's not divisible by 7. It is by 8, but I've already got that listed. So at this point, that would just be repetitive. Okay? All right. So those are my factors of 16. Let's talk about factors of 24. 24 is one of my favorite numbers to work with because it is so versatile and has so many factors, and you can do so much with it. So 1 and 24. And I'm going to go ahead and spread it out so I've got plenty of room to write. 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Anything else? Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at my common factors, my numbers that appear in both lists. So I've got 1, I've got 2, no 3s, I got 4s, and I've got 8s. Okay, so let's let's list our common factors. Listing our common factors. 1, 2, 4, and 8. And I like to do them in order. It just simplifies things. Our greatest common factor is 8. Now, if you'll think back to Tuesday, that's exactly what we found out it was on Tuesday. Okay? All right. All I did was make a list of the factors. All right? Same thing with 16 and 24. Okay? Wait a minute. That was the same one. All right, let's move on. 12 and 18. 12 and 18. 1 and 12. Go ahead, like I said, spread them out so you got room to work. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. 5, 6, you're right back. You're starting to repeat. All right, 18. 1 and 18. 2 and 9. 3 and 6. 4, 5, 6. I'm starting to repeat. Okay, so let's write down our common factors. Our common factors. 1 is in both lists. 2 is in both lists. 3 is in both lists. 4 is only with 12. 6 is in both lists. 9 is in 1, 12, 18. So what is my GCF? My greatest common factor is 6. Greatest common factor is 6, which is exactly what I found out it was when I did this using another method on Tuesday. Okay? All right. Okay, now, let's go back. I didn't look at my slide very good. This time we're going to do a factor tree. 16, 24. 16, I can factor 16 down to 2 and 8. Okay, 2 is a prime number. I can't factor 2 anymore. Let's factor 8. 2 times 4. 2 is still a prime number. I can't factor it anymore. And that's why I'm going ahead and circle it and ringing it out. Okay, 2 and 2. Okay, so my prime factorization of 16 is 2, 2, 2, and 2. Now let's do 24. 3 and 8. I'm going to circle that 3. 2 and 4. I'm going to circle that 2. And then 2 and 2. Okay? I factor it until I can't factor it anymore. So 24 is going to be 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. 2, 2, 2, and 3. Now again, what's in common? 2's. So my greatest common factor is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Okay? All right, we'll use the list there. Let's look at 12 and 18 using a factor tree. And again, I'm just factoring till I can't factor anymore. Let's do 12 first. And I'm going to start with 3 and 4. I'm going to circle that 3. The only other way I can get 3 is 1 and 3. Then 4 is 2 and 2. And I'm going to circle both of those. That's all I can do with 12. Okay? 18, I'm going to do 3 and 6. Because isn't 3 times 6, 18? Of course it is. Now I'm going to factor my 6. 2 and 3. And I can't factor it anymore. Okay? So my prime factorization of 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. My prime factorization of 18 is 2 times 3 times 3. Well, what shows up in both lists? The 2's and the 3's. Those are the matching sets. So my greatest common factor is 2 times 3, which is 6. Which is what I found when I listed it, which was what I found when I used the ladder diagram. Now, do I care which method you use? No. My personal favorite is the ladder. Okay? I think it's the most simple. But you can use ladder, you can use factor tree, or you can use listing, whatever you prefer. Okay? Now, 14 and 17. 14. So I can use 1 and 14. I can use 2 and 7. Then 17. The only thing I have is 1 and 17. Where's my greatest common factor? My greatest common factor is 1. There's nothing else I can do with that. Prime numbers only have 2 factors, 1 and themselves, and 17 is a prime number. Okay? This one, 14. I can factor 14 using a tree, 2 and 7. 17, 1 and 17, 1 and 2, 1 is my greatest common factor. Okay? All right. And again, I don't care which one you use the one that makes sense to you.